Hi, I'm Rich with insideHPC. We're here at ISC 14 in Leipzig, Germany, and we're here at the Allinea Software booth, and I'm here with David Lecomber. How you doing?
Doing well, thanks, Rich. Having a great show already.
Already, yeah. I mean, this is the opening night. They're having beers and a lot of people here.
Everything's fun.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask you about what's new at Allinea with power management and reducing energy for clusters.
That's right. I mean, energy's been a hot topic in HPC, a hot operative word, really. Everyone's well aware of how much energy is involved in the calculations, in cooling the supercomputers. So what can we do to reduce the amount of energy that's used in those HPC centers? Well, obviously there's great progress going out there from the hardware vendors. We'll see this week so many announcements. We know it's a big topic. But also everyone who's running applications, there's a little bit extra they can do. So what we've been doing is investigating how you can actually bring together some of the capabilities inside some of today's servers to understand the energy being used inside your application. So which applications are using the most energy and what can you do about it? That's the crucial thing. So can you integrate performance and energy statistics inside a performance profiling tool like Allinea MAP? So you could say, I want to reduce the amount of energy used in this function. Where is it being, or in my application, which functions are using the most energy? Or at what points in time through my application am I really using the most energy, and can I do something about that?
So Dave, let's look at an example right here on the show floor. We've got these student cluster teams, right, and they have a very gated amount of energy they can use, and they're trying to figure out, what's the best configuration to run these applications and not go over this limit. But how would this come into play there?
Well, you could certainly put that inside Allinea MAP, which would then show you the points at which you were going above that energy usage, recognize which loops are doing that, perhaps slow them down a little bit, because sometimes if you want to reduce energy, you do have to slow things down a bit. Perhaps you could tweak that processor performance, but you can certainly see where you were getting those peaks, which parts of your application corresponded to that. And perhaps on some processor architectures, you can do something else, spread the load, use some more parallelism in there. But there are many things you can do, but at least you can see it, and the first step to fixing a problem is being able to see it.
Okay. So just because I'm using, like, say, a green 500 very efficient super, doesn't mean that my behavior is reinforcing or using that to the best of its efficiency.
Well, that's true as well.
Yeah.
If you can tune your application to actually take advantage of the things. So, for example, you could use Allinea MAP or performance reports to identify whether you were using the co-processors, or whether the co-processor is the right thing to be doing right now.
Yeah.
Or even, is it I/O that's really your issue here? Perhaps you could slow down the processor because your application doesn't need the processor to run that fast because I/O is your issue.
Yeah. Well, it seems to me the key here, if you want to reinforce good behavior, is to give people the information, right?
That's right. Actually, it's a good point there. So Allinea Performance Reports is actually this one-page report into your usage of the machine. Have you got good vectorization? Are you using the CPU's performance characteristics right?
Yeah.
Are you using too much I/O and too much MPI? But now you'll also be able to see, am I using too much energy? So in fact, you could even imagine being the system administrator knocking on your door saying you've been using a little bit too much energy in this application in the future. Who knows? I mean, I sense it's early days for this technology across the industry, but I'm sure it will change.
Yeah, it sounds like a great first step. Congratulations.
Thanks.